has heard of Dave Matthews, and I remember in April and May we said, just wait for it. Here it is. 13 home runs over his last 36 games only. Shohei and Luis Robert have more in that span. He is locked in, Cliff Floyd.
Yeah, he is. You know what? And this is what he does. This is exactly who he is. Yeah. And he takes full accountability and responsibility for it. So I don't care if he hits $190.
But were you like that? Did you heat up as the way, they say as the weather gets hot?
Yeah.
Not everyone's like that.
Not like this. This is like him every year. It's like I'm going to hit 9 homers in July. I'm going to hit, next month I'm going to hit 7 to 8. And then, that's what he does. And he can hit 200 and nobody will say nothing.
Yeah.
That's it.
He controls the strike zone. He is hot committed to I'm hitting a homer or I'm walking. He's 3 true outcomes. That's what he's trying to accomplish. He lights up every room he walks into. He was by far one of my most favorite players on that WBC roster.
Yep.
He lit up the room. The Phillies are a playoff team. Harper's going to get on fire. Trey Turner is going to hit north of 250. I promise you, Phillies fans. Real Muto, they're going to be good. Yeah. But at the end of the day, Nola went out and dominated again.
Yeah, you know what? About that 200 average, dude gets big hits. He had a walk-off on a lefty.
He has hit a home run. What is it? In the NLDS, ALDS, wild card game?
Well, I'm talking hits too. Like the other night I was watching him and he comes through on a lefty to walk off. I mean, it's unreal that he is hitting 200. And I think, sometimes you talk about
he should hit 270.
Yes. But I think it seems like he's hitting 270.
Right. The Philadelphia Phillies are fortunate to have so many great players. JT Realmuto, the best catcher in baseball. Are the New York Mets, do they have now one of the emerging catchers in baseball in Francisco Alvarez? They hang on to beat the Chicago White Sox last night, another game that featured a bunch of runs for both teams, 11-10.
Boy, did they hang on.
And Francisco Alvarez, 2 home runs as part of the win. Look at this. Most home runs by catchers this season. We were at Mets spring training. Yep. We asked some people about Francisco Alvarez, and the question was, hey, the bat plays, we know that, but the defense, it's going to be a work in progress. Man, shout out to him.
Absolutely.
He's done the work.
He's put the work in, and you know what? This is what we all expected, but I think he's gotten a lot better behind the dish, obviously, because he's now in the big leagues. He understands, what he needs to do every single day. That new catching philosophy that they have with the, on one knee, I don't know if that's helped him or not, but it seems like he's sort of moving around a little bit better behind the dish. And we'll see. It's helped Gary Sanchez, and guess what he's doing?
Yeah.
I mean, they sent Nola down AAA to let him play every day.
It can't be easy for a young kid like him to have to catch and work with Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer, who are very specific, and rightly so, of what they expect.
Yeah, and I think for me, he's done a heck of a job back there. Obviously, the #1 prospect in baseball for a reason. He has quick twitch in his torso when he hits a baseball. These balls are flushed. We were sitting there at dinner last night. I'm serious. I drove him past the house I grew up in.
Yes, he did.
We went to a little steak spot, and we were watching this game on the big board. I'm like, Cliff, they better hope Tim Anderson makes an out right here. Otherwise, bags are getting packed. You can't lose that game last night. Yeah. That would have been code red.
But he's not really calling pitches for Max, is he? Max is probably calling them.
Yeah, they got the pitch comms.
Yeah, but
right? Are they going old school? I have to dive in.
Alex Avila said that he is calling for Justin Verlander.
I love that. So he learns, right?
Well,
Travis d'Arnaud spending 6 years in Flushing, Queens, and now signing a 1-year, $8 million extension to stay in Atlanta for the duration of this year and then next year. Yeah, with Sean Murphy getting a lot of the time. What do you think about this?
Well, it goes to show it goes to show you, right? There's a lot of teams in need of catching. Had Travis d'Arnaud hit the market, I think he's looking at maybe a little bit better than that deal. But look at him. He gets to stay in Atlanta. He absolutely loves it. He's one of the mouthpiece leaders on that team. He could DH. He could spell Sean Murphy. They're paying him $8 million a year to do it. He's got a chance to win a World Series every year he shows up to spring training.
Yep.
So sometimes the grass isn't always greener.
Absolutely true. Congratulations.
Yep. Love it.
Robert?
All right, let's talk about Aaron Judge, okay? Because he has been ramping up some activity, taking some batting practice, doing some light jogging. This was in Anaheim. Of course, the Yankees are taking on the Angels. They have lost 2 straight to open that series. Aaron Boone says that his slugger is, quote, getting close, but that he can't give a timetable on his return. Dero, you take away Aaron Judge from this Yankees team. The Yankees collectively are slashing 226, 294, 388. That is basically Luis Sojo. No disrespect to Luis Sojo, but that is basically who they are as a collective.
He's covered up all their flaws for a while now.
Yeah.
Okay? I knew who I was as a player. Always. This roster is...
Why do we say that every year? Why do we say that every year?
It just is. And when Anthony Rizzo's struggling so mightily right now, maybe something's wrong with him. DJ LeMahieu's looked nicked up the entire season. You've had a spattering of Giancarlo Stanton. Anthony Volpe, for me, like, I got to call case when this is over because he can stand as closed as he wants, but if his tushy's getting pulled in the third base batter's box dugout, you're still not going to hit consistently. So
the pitching has been good.
Yeah,
but
good.
You can't just strap their uniform on players and think they're going to be...
We say it every year because when you think about how the game has changed for me, and, you know, you look at stolen bases are up, you know, where are the Yankees? I mean, you can't always count on a 3-run home. We say it a lot, but when you look at certain teams, and if you lose a guy or guys are struggling, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You become stagnant. You become a team where people will look at and go, if we can get a few strikeouts, they're not going to steal bases. They're not going to go first or third a lot. You know, you have to understand, like, manufacturing is part of the game as well. And if you become stagnant and don't steal bases and do the little things to take a little pressure off the sluggers, you're going to struggle. And when we see it, when we see it, that's what we got.
Yeah. Got to get on base to steal bases, he said.
Good point.
You got to get on base.
It's a tough line. I mean, a lot of them are scuffling right now.
But if you do get a walk, right? If you do get on base, like why can't, like, you have to get more athletic. I feel like the teams that are winning now are more athletic, and they do have some sluggers as well. So if you have that, and it's hard to find now, right? So you see the draft might change. You see, athletes might be more involved now in as far as just getting these guys on the team. You do have to hit, I get that. But if you can work a walk and get on base and steal second and get the third and a sac fly, can get your run until you get Aaron Judge back. And so, when you look at this team, they're 50 and 46 in last place. It seems like they far off. It's like they're 15 out when they're 9 out, right?
Carlos Rodon will get another start for the New York Yankees as they try to stem the tide against the Angels tonight. That is our showcase game, correct, Lauren? Right here on MLB Network. Time to Shine is presented by Oris. Corey Seager, he has been shining for the Texas Rangers this season. I did not realize until a couple of days ago how the batting average, he's hitting nearly 350. The OPS over 1,000. Both average and OPS, second in baseball among those with at least 250 plate appearances. And once again, the Rangers have a 4.5-game lead over the Astros in the West. All right, still to come, it's one of our favorite segments, and it has nothing to do with baseball. No. What annoys us, what irks us, that's a scam, and we love when Cliff is here.
I'm sitting next to him. I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
Cannot wait to tell you all what annoys me. Oh. And I've got a list.
Time to shine.